Hello students, today we will study about the organizing unit, fifth unit of your syllabus. As you all know, there are 5 functions of management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. The planning is very first function and the organizing is second function. Under the planning there will be formation of different plans to achieve the goals and objectives of the organization. Now to work out on the plan and to achieve the goals and objectives, there are need of many resources, need to perform many activities, and need to design organization structure and defining of jobs and defining of authority and responsibility relationship. All this will be done in the organizing. So let's start with the organizing concept. In this unit we will study about the organization concept, process of organization, importance and organization structure, delegation of authority and decentralization. In this video we will cover concept of organizing, process of organizing and importance of organizing. So let's start with the meaning of organizing. So organizing is identifying and grouping the different activities in the organization and bringing together the physical, financial and human resources to establish most productive relationship for the achievement of specific goals of the organization. The main reason for performing all these 5 functions, whether it's planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, is to achieve the organization goals and objectives. Under the plan, different plans, strategy, policy, programs will be formulated to achieve the goals and objectives of the organization. Planning is done for the future, कि what is supposed to do in the future. Different of plans, long term, short term, strategy, objectives, program, budget, all will be decided under the planning. Planning is an intellectual process or paperwork. To achieve the plan, to work out on the plan, there will be need of many resources: physical resources, raw material, machines, manpower, financial resources. So arranging all the resources to achieve the goals and objectives comes under the organizing, means organizing of the resources. And then there is need to do many activities to achieve the goals of objective, like production, purchasing, procurement, financing, HR department, sales of the product, marketing of the product, handling of the customer grievances. So there is need to do many activities. So identify all the activities to achieve the goals and objectives, how many activities need to be performed, and then divide the activities into the different departments, and that will be done on the basis of the nature of activities. Suppose the activities related to purchasing nature, these activities will come under the purchasing department. The activities which are related to the production department, those activity will come under the production department. Clear? So this concept is known as organizing, and the authority responsibility relationship will also be decided ki who will be the subordinate, who will be the superior, so that there will be clarity in the working relationship. This is the organizing. Ki suppose you want to go on tour, so you need to buy ticket, you need to arrange your luggage, you need to go out. So there are many activities you need to do. So organizing all these activity is known as organizing. So next is the process of organizing. There are 4 steps in the process of organizing. First is identification and division of work. The second is departmentalization. The third one is assignment of duties, and the fourth one is establishing reporting relationship. So start with the first point, identification and division of work. In the very first step in organizing, the whole work is to be divided into the small task, into the manageable task, because it's not possible that the whole work will be done by one employee. Suppose there is a factory of garment, of manufacturing clothes, so there will be work of purchase of raw material, cutting, stitching, embroidery, packing, finishing. So divide the whole work into the small task or manageable task. This step is known as division of work. The second is, and why division of work is necessary, because when the whole work will be divided into the small part, so each employee will get the work according to their skills and responsibility, and they will perform the task again and again. So they will become specialized in their work, and we will study about this in later points. The second is grouping jobs and departmentalization. Now, after dividing the whole work into the small task, then identify the activities of similar nature. Identify all the activities suppose related to purchase department. Identify the activities which are related to production department. Identify the activity which are related of financing nature, and then combine the similar nature activities into one department, and formation of department like purchasing department, production department, finance department. So this is known as the departmentalization. So how departmentalizations will be formed? On the basis of similar nature activities, combining the similar nature activities into one department, it's known as departmentalization. The third one is assignment of duties. After division of work and after forming the department, there is need to hand over the work to the employees, assigning of duties to the employees. So give the work to the employee according to their capability and skills. Suppose someone is skilled in cutting, to give them work of cutting. If someone is specialized in stitching, to give them work of only stitching. What would be the benefit of dividing or hand over the work according to their skill or capability? They will take less time, and in less time they will do more work, and gradually they will become specialized, and it will be ultimately beneficial for the organization. Fourth is establishing authority relationship or working relationship. There should be clarity who will be the boss, who will be the superior, who will be the subordinate, so that there later on there will be no chaos. Otherwise, if they are getting order from more than one boss, from more than one superior at the same time, so they will be in situation of confusion, and they will not be able to complete the task on time, and later on they will give excuse. So there should be no chaos, there should be no confusion in the mind of workers regarding the working relationship. So this was about the process of organization. Now the next topic is the benefits or importance of organizing. The first one is benefits of specialization. This one point is related with the assignment of duties, that the always assign the work to the employees according to their skills and capability, because whole the work will be divided into the smaller tasks, manageable task, and give the work to the employees according to their skill and capability, so that they will take less time, there will be minimization of wastage of resources, and they will do more work. And when they will do the same type of work again and again, in which they are specialized, or in which they are having skills or capability, so soonly they will become specialized or expertise in their work, and they will do more work in the less time, so that will be beneficial for employees. Second is clarity in working relationship. If this one point is related with the fourth point of process of organizing, establishing authority responsibility relationship, means there is a well defined of jobs, clarifying the limits of authority and responsibility, ki who is the subordinate, who is the superior, to whom they have to report, from whom they have to take orders. So there will be clarity in the working relationship, there will be no confusion in their mind, and they will be able to complete their task on the time. Now the third one benefit is effective administration. When there is a clarity of working relationship of job, they are getting job according to their skill, and there is no confusion regarding the working relationship, and the whole work is divided into the smaller task. So but what would be the benefit of organizing? There will be no overlapping of activities, no doubling of activities, and there will be proper execution of work when there is a clarity in working relationship, and there is a proper definition of job, proper defining of job. So it will be easier for manager to manage the organization. Optimum utilization of resources. What would be the benefit of organizing, of effective administration, or specialization? If employees are becoming specialized in their work, and if they are getting work according to their skill and capability, so there are chances of minimum wastage because they are expertise in their work. Suppose someone employee is expertise in the field of stitching and he is getting work of cutting, so obvious he will do the wastage of resources. So that's why organizing is necessary to reduce the wastage of the resources. Next is adaptation to change. You all know कि businessman is doing work in dynamic business environment. There is a constant change in the dimensions of business environment, and only those businessmen will be successful in the market who understand the changes, who adapt the changes, who implement the changes in time. So whenever there will be changes, they have to adapt the changes, and whenever change place, they have to change in the activities of the organization, they have to change in the design of organization structure, and they have to arrange the resources according to the changes. So it will take place under the organizing. So it is helpful in implementing the changes. Development of personnel. How the development of personnel word is related with the employees. How the development of personnel will take place? When they are getting work according to their skill and they are doing work in their specific field, they will become specialized, they will become expertise, their market value will be increased. And when someone becomes specialized in their work, so they will become experienced, they will give new idea, creative idea, and gradually they will become specialized in their field, expert in their field, and it's a development of employees. Expansion and growth. It also help in growth and diversification of enterprises by adding more job position, department, product line, new geographical territories, etc. If organization wants to expand business, if they want to add more product line in the business, so easily they can go for the divisional structure, and easily they can expand the business. So this was all about the importance of organizing.